Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Toronto Raptors Flashback Rebuild here on NBA 2K23. Hope you guys are excited to be back because we are here and we are ready to go with another season. Last season, we had our first year of actual real-life players in the draft class. Our first draft class was loaded in, and we simulated that season. And then we went into the off-season where we spun the wheel for the 2009 NBA draft class, and we made out with 3 of the players in that class. Mainly Stephen Curry, James Harden, and DeMar DeRozan. So our lineup looks like this. It'll be Gabriel King, Dan the Man, who we drafted in the first wheel spin, Patrick Stockton, Johnny Galloway, Chad Martin Jr., but off the bench we've got DeRozan, Harden, and Curry. Now, we could obviously start those guys. I think we should probably start at least Harden and DeRozan. I think those guys. How big is Stockton? He's 6'7". He can't really play power forward. So we'll have Dan, we'll have Curry, and we'll have Stockton come off the bench. And Curry's probably going to be the 6th man, just so he can get the most amount of minutes. We'll drop these minutes down a little bit. We'll give the minutes to DeRozan and to Harden. Knock down Galloway's minutes, knock down Curry's minutes a little bit. Move these down, 26 minutes, a little bit too much for you. Give Curry some minutes, give these guys some minutes, but give Harden and DeRozan some minutes to make sure that they are absolutely cooking like we need them to do. So there we go. We are going to rely on Harden and DeRozan, Curry off the bench, and we'll get rid of Gabriel King in the offseason. But now it's time to simulate. The draft that we spun, or the wheel that we spun for last episode, at the end of last episode for the beginning of this one, is the 1996, I think, is this draft class? I've forgotten. I think it's the 1996 draft class is these guys. And obviously you've got Tim Duncan, Chauncey Billups, Tracy McGrady. Now we could focus big on Tim Duncan. That would be awesome because we do have a point guard, shooting guard, and small forward with Curry, DeRozan, and Harden. But we don't have a big man yet. So we could go for that. That could be very useful. If we go to our draft picks, if I could actually get to the right spot, dear Lord, future draft picks, we have 2 first-round picks this year, Trailblazers and Raptors. So we can make some things happen here. Hopefully the Trailblazers are bad, and hopefully we're pretty bad, so that we can have lottery picks and potentially get Tim Duncan. But we can make some moves. We can move Gabriel King along with some other people and maybe get a draft pick. But we are going to simulate this season and go to the end of the year, see how the rookies do. The 3 rookies that we're keeping an eye on, and Dan Majerol. We should definitely keep an eye on him too, so we can see how he does, because we don't want to forget about him. He was our first ever draft pick, so we'll keep an eye on all 4 of those guys, see how they develop, and I will see you guys at the end of the season. See all the stats, all the good stuff. See if maybe we made some all rookie teams. I'm expecting some all rookie teams for at least Harden and DeRozan. Maybe not Curry because he's coming off the bench, but I guess we'll find out. I'll see you guys then. The season is wraps, and we've made it to the awards. OJ Griffin wins the MVP of the league. It won't be too much longer until we get actual real-life players starting to win MVPs and all the awards and stuff. Once we cycle through enough draft classes, then everybody will start to develop and start winning the awards. So it's only going to be a few more years where there's non-MVP or non-real-life players winning MVPs. But OJ Griffin had a pretty good season, wins MVP. Rookie of the Year is actually Brandon Jennings. 19 points per game on the Suns. Good for him. Nasir King wins the 6th Man of the Year. Orlando Woolridge is your Defensive Player of the Year, averaging about 2 blocks per game. That's pretty crazy. A lot of rebounds. Rex Matthews wins the Most Improved Player. Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. And Cody Toole is your Executive of the Year. He looks like a tool. Here are your All-NBA teams. First team is Griffin, Navarro, Danny Manning, Luka Pavic, and Orlando Woolridge. Second team is Shaw, Garcia, Sykes, Taylor, and Sebic. Third team is Matthews, Richmond, Mitch, Trey, Graham, and Butler. Former former Raptor William Butler. Defensive first team is Griffin Clarizzi. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Carter Jr., Manning, and Woolridge. Second team is Alexander Navarro, Pratt, Giannou, who cares, and Erickson. Rookie first team, Brandon Jennings, Blake Griffin, Hasheem Thabeet, Drew Holiday, Ricky Rubio. Second team is Mitch Floyd, Donald Swift, Tyreek Evans, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan. So no Steph Curry, but we do snag two all-rookie second teams. I'll take it. We are in the play-in. Okay, I wasn't sure if we made the playoffs or not. Here is what the stats are looking like. But first, before I do that, I did make some trades. Oh, I can't show you that. I made some trades to the team. I got a lot more draft picks, and I traded away a lot of good players. Well, not good players, a lot. I traded away, like, our starting small forward or whatever that was. I traded away a center just so we could get, one, so we could get DeRozan more minutes, and two, because I got a lot of draft picks out of it. So I was able to snag some big-time pieces. But we'll go into that in the offseason once we get through this. We are playing the Chicago Bulls in the play-in. Hold on, I forgot to show you the stats. Here come the stats for the team. Here we go. So Gabriel King led us in points, but he's going to be gone in the offseason, so that's not a big deal. Then you had Steph Curry off the bench. I tried to keep Steph Curry as a starter. How many games did he end up starting? Because I was trying to switch it. Oh, I guess I can't see in this one. Whatever, doesn't matter. I tried to keep switch. Oh, I guess it tells me right here. He started 23 games, but he played in 79. It kept taking him out of the lineup to put Gabriel King in because he's the higher overall. But it's not going to have that problem next year because he's going to be traded. So, but he led the team in points, and then Curry, then DeRozan, then Chad Martin Jr., then Harden. Don't worry, once Harden starts to develop, he will be very, very, very good. Then Dan the Man also put in a nice amount of points. Did he do really well? Yeah, he bumped up his numbers from last season all around, except for assists. He went up 0.1, but everything else, his efficiencies were better. His numbers his splits were good. So Dan developing really good. That's good to see. Now we're taking on the Bulls in the first play-in game. They have Jeremy Lee, Freddie Montana, Robert Burns, Rafer Ceballos, and Hasheem Thabeet, who made an All-NBA team. So this is going to be pretty tricky. I don't expect us to win. I don't really want us to win, but we'll see. We do win. We are now the 7th seed taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Are we going to go on a magical run? The Hawks have Lloyd Baker, Todd something, Mac Henry. I thought it was former WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry. Actually, is he in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. What are these names? Rivera and Pendleton Jr. I'm just going to stick to saying last names for the most part. This is a good Hawks team. They're the number 2 seed. Let's see how we get on in this playoff series. Obviously, this is our first time in the playoffs. And we are down 0-2 against the Atlanta Hawks. 3-0, 4-0 sweep. Yeah, that's how I figured it would go. I didn't think we were going to win anything. And it's going to be the Grizzlies and the Nets in the NBA Finals. Good for them. And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to sweep them. No, the Nets get a game. They get 2 games. They get 3 games. They pull the... Oh my God, 3-0. It's blown. The Grizzlies blew a 3-0 lead to O.J. Griffin, the MVP. He was down 3-0, and they came back and won. That's impressive right there. That is very, very impressive. Congratulations to O.J. Griffin and the Brooklyn Nets. They were down 0-3 and came back to win that one. So NBA history so far, we've had 3 champions. The Bulls, the Hawks, who were the team that we just got swept by, and then the Nets. So 3 straight new champions. Nobody has asserted any dominance so far. It's time for player retirements, but there's nobody there of note. Staff retirements, league meetings, make sure everything is rejected. And now it's time for the draft lottery. So we hopefully have a couple picks in here. We only have 1, thanks to the Lakers. Okay. I tried to get the Spurs pick, but it was too valuable. And it's a good thing I didn't, because the Spurs pick went down to 3. We have pick 11. We also have pick 16. We also have pick 24 and pick 29. I traded for a lot of picks, I told you. So we have one lottery pick. But we've got to get up to number 1 to get Mr. Dunk. So let's try to get that. So the Magic have the pick. Oh no, Gabriel King is injured. I'm gonna have to get rid of that injury so that we can trade him. What is the value on that pick? It's probably super high, but let me take a look at it. We have nothing that they want. Literally nothing on our roster entices them enough to trade the #1 overall pick. Contract editing. It's a good thing I'm not editing contracts. I'm getting rid of an injury, which I think it's just in vitals. I'm pretty sure it's just in vitals. So let's go down here. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get rid of this. He's got no more injury. If I can find the right thing where it says nothing, right? I guess I could have gone the other way. Oh, healthy. Perfect. Gabriel King is now healthy and can be traded. Maybe that changes things because I'm assuming they couldn't trade for him because he's injured. So maybe if we go now and ask for it. No. Okay, so we're going to have to physically go in, call up Orlando, and ask them for that first round or that first overall pick. What are they going to want for it? Pick #1's 4-star value. This is probably where Gabriel King goes in because he's going to have to. And I'll give you pick 29 and pick 24 and pick 16 and Chad Martin. There we go. So we get pick #1. We'll take Tim Duncan. We also have pick 11. Now, I don't know if we can trade up to get anybody else. Is there anybody else worthy of getting? I mean, I know Tracy McGrady's in this class, but is there anybody else that we should probably go up and get? Tim Duncan, we're going to take at #1. Chauncey, we're not going to get. Tracy, we're probably not going to get. Steven Jackson would be cool. Ooh, Derek Anderson, if he falls to us, that could be interesting. I think we'll keep pick 11 and we'll see what happens. I think we'll just see where everybody falls in the draft. But we are taking Tim Duncan #1 overall. So we will not review those trades and we will go choose a prospect. Tim Duncan, Timmy D's, welcome to the Great White North. You are now the main piece of the puzzle that we were missing. Tracy McGrady goes 2 to the Wizards. Chauncey Billups goes 3 to the Spurs. Some guy goes 4 to the Hornets. Derek Anderson goes to the Heat. Trade? Yes. The Kings are trading with the Clippers, and the Clippers trade up to get Keith Van Horn. Very interesting. Ron Mercer heads to the Knicks. Another trade. Pistons get back-to-back picks, and they take a couple very good players. Okay. Celtics take Tim Thomas, and now we're up again. So we've got an interesting situation. Steven Jackson's still on the board, which could be a very good piece to pick up. He's got Kiki Vandeweghe as his comp. Nick Van Exel, Brian Winters, Vernon Maxwell, Andre Miller. His bench is himself. Andre Miller. Al Harrington could be interesting. Bobby Jackson, D'Angelo Russell. Oh no. I think the best option is to take to take Steven Jackson. I think he might be the best player in the board. He can shoot a little bit. Mid-range not as good. His defense isn't great. His potential is an A- though. I think we're going to take Steven Jackson with this pick, and then we're going to be done with the rest of the draft. We already know that Tim Duncan's an 85. We thought he was an 83, but he ends up being an 85. He is going to be a big piece to the puzzle. Steven Jackson ends up being an 80 or a 74. So that is awesome. We'll sign those two guys up. Team player option, we will accept Dan's player option. Perfect. Actually, the finals MVP / actual MVP is a free agent, unrestricted. We could throw an offer at OJ Griffin. That'd be crazy. But I don't think we need OJ. We've got, right now, Tim Duncan, DeMar DeRozan, Dan, who's going to be our 6th man, Harden, and Curry. So Curry's going to start at point guard. Harden will start at shooting guard. Dan will start at 6th man. DeRozan small forward. Duncan power forward. So we need center, and then we need backups. So let's get a center who we trust. Who's this guy? This guy's 7'2", and you can't teach that. That's crazy. Let's offer him a contract. Oops, I didn't offer him a contract, actually. Let's negotiate and offer him a contract. Are we in his top half? Oh, the Timberwolves are offering him a bigger contract. Okay, this guy's 7'3" though. Forget about the other dude. This guy's 7'3". So then we just need backup. So let's get like a small forward who's okay. That's not super expensive. Like Javon Bess? No, we need to get something that's a little bit lower overall. Maybe like an Abraham Graves would be a good option for us. And that's all of our offers for day one. We got Lamont Jackson and Abraham Grams. Okay, I'll take it. And we could probably just... no, I'm not going to match that offer. But I'll match Lou Lee's. And I'm not going to match his either. So we'll just let those guys go. The other guy signed with Minnesota. That's not a big deal. So now if we go to the team, we need a backup point guard for Curry. We've got our 2 shooting guards. We've got our small forwards. We've got our power forwards. We need a center. Oh, actually, we have a... Oh, we're still in the moratorium period. That's right. So we need a point guard. Let's go get a point guard. Alonzo Swift guy with some cool hair, but I don't think that we can afford him. Plus, he's higher overall than Curry. Curry's only a 76, but he is going to go up in player development or player progression. So we are going to just go for somebody that's a little bit lower. We'll go for Alan Pittman, sure. And then we'll pick up, I don't know, maybe another big man. This guy can shoot. Gamble, Duop Gamble, sure, whatever. I don't care. He looks pretty cool. He can shoot. Jonathan Smith, he's restricted, so we probably should stay away from him. Is there like a sniper? Is there an absolute sniper on the board? This guy, Justin Walker, but he's got 3 offers and pretty expensive. Darren Stockton looks like a pretty decent guy that we can offer a minimum contract to. Who else is pretty good? Jeffrey Tatum, sure, we'll offer Jeffrey Tatum. Oh, nope, we can't offer it. But we are going to pick up those guys, and then we'll go back to Jeffrey Tatum, and I'll offer Jeffrey Tatum a contract because he looks pretty good. So we'll offer Jeffrey Tatum a contract, and that'll be everybody. So we signed all those guys. Let's go to the roster and see what it looks like. So we've got 3 point guards. We're looking pretty good there. All of our shooting guards are good. Small forwards, power forwards. We only have 1 center, though. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we need another guy, another center. Let's bring in a guy who can stretch the floor a little bit, like Ricky Hollins, sure. Because we've already got our big man, so we might as well get a guy that can stretch the floor. Ricky Hollins coming in. Perfect. That is everybody we need to sign. And now we'll go to player progression and hopefully have Curry, Harden, and DeRozan, and even Dan the Man go up in overall. So Tim Duncan's our highest overall player as a rookie at 85. DeRozan goes up 4 to 82. Harden goes up 4 to 82. Dan up 2 to 79. Curry's a 79 up 4. And even Lamont Jackson went up 1, so that's cool. All right, all right. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. The team looks good. I like what the team is looking like. We're going to advance to the next season, and we got to get ready for the spin. Spin that wheel, baby. I can't wait. I'm super excited. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the prospect scouting to get ready to go. And you will see the wheel right now. There you go. 3, 2, 1, spin that wheel, baby. What draft class are we going to battle for next episode? It's going to be 99? Yes, it is. 1999, the year I was born. The year I was born, 1999. Good year. Very, very good year. I've deleted it from the wheel so we can't get a duplicate. And now I will go and download the 1999 draft class. Let's see what we got. Let's search by content name. And this is again on the PS5, so if you want to do this series along with me, if you have a PS5, you can download the draft class that I download here. There's one with 2000. Ooh, this is 1999 50 plus real players. Oh, I'm going to download that one. That one looks too good to pass up. Elton Brand's ranked 22nd. So we got Lamar Odom, AK-47, Steve Francis, Manu Ginobili. Well, we just took Tim Duncan, Corey Maggette, Richard Hamilton, Baron Davis, James Posey, Ron Artest, Andre Miller. Ooh, this has got some nice pieces. The Matrix, Sean Marion, the Birdman. He didn't have a beard when he was a rookie. Raja Bell, Kenny Thompson, Jason Terry. There's Elton Brand. Pablo Prigioni. Ooh, we got some We got some people in this draft class. I am ready for next episode. We need a big man like a center, but this draft class doesn't really have a center in it. I mean, it's got Wang Zizi, but this draft class doesn't have like a dominant center. So we'll see what we got. The draft picks for next episode, we have a lot. We have a lot of equity. Next episode, we have 2. We have a Timberwolves top 3 protected and our own pick, but we can obviously move on some other players that we have in our roster to get other picks. Next season, or in a couple episodes, we have a lot. 2027, we have a Lakers pick, we have a top 3 protected from the Suns, we have a protection backup from the Timberwolves, and we have our own. So we've got a lot of capital to work with in the next couple episodes. This is what the team looks like to end the episode. We've got Curry, Harden, DeRozan, Duncan, and Jackson. I mean, we made the playoffs this episode with not that great of a team. Yeah, we got bumped in the first round by sweep, but this team, I think, is ready to make its mark and dominate the team because we got a lot of good depth, some good shooters, some good big men that can stretch the floor, some good snipers at guard and forward, and we've got a nice 7'3" guy down low in the paint. Plus Tim Duncan's obviously a defensive stud. Plus DeRozan's mid-range, Harden and Curry's three-point shooting, plus Harden's just straight up scoring. I like the team. I think that we are building for the future in a good way. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.